Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Kianna, and thank you, and especially you for clicking this video. First, I would like to shout out to all 30-40 of you new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for joining my channel. I appreciate it so much. For those who are watching and have yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. I wanted to do a part 2 of Struggling Mother Chronicles. I did this video, I think 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and I'm still getting comments to this day on that video. So I wanted to do a part 2. Before I get into the video, I just want to encourage anyone and everyone out there who is struggling with any type of whatever it might be, loss of a job, relationship, anything. I want to encourage you to continue to press forward, to always know that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are smart, and you can do whatever you want. Just put your mind to it and have faith that God will provide for you. I wanted to say that because I feel like this world is crazy. I don't know, from one day to the next, it's something new. I never know. But I want you all to know that you guys are all loved, and I care about you guys all. Even though I don't know you guys, I'm just spreading positivity to you all, and I pray that you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I wanted to do a part two to this video because I think it's very important for young women out there and young men who are single, any single parent out there, to know that although some of you may be doing it on your own, there's always someone there, or I believe that God is always there with you. I will tell you guys a little snippet about a fast forward from a snippet from the video. The video I was talking about was, I didn't know that I would have 2 children under 30. Like, I would have 2 kids under 30. I honestly never wanted children. I was fast, clearly, and I had 2 children. And I thought having 2 children is going to be, you know, the first child, oh, it's going to be easy and everything's going to be peachy and creamy. And it really wasn't. I had complications during birth. I had preeclampsia. My daughter came out 3 pounds. She's in NICU for 2 weeks. And then the struggle, you know, it didn't go much longer than that with her. Obviously, with the day-to-days, and, you know, as she got older, just dealing with being a single mom in itself is a struggle. Then I had 5 years later, or like 4.5 years later, I had my second daughter. My second daughter has sickle cell disease, and if you don't know, that's it's a blood disease, which is just, I wouldn't wish for my worst enemy. And so dealing with that, and that's a chronic disease, so she'll have it all her life. So having 2 children and being 30 and having one with a chronic illness, that in itself made me, like, I felt like the world was against me. Like, there's so many people who have 5 kids, 3 kids, 1 child, and everyone's healthy. And it's just, I have a child and my child's sick, but I do believe that God wouldn't give you more than you can handle. And I feel like with my daughter, it hasn't been easy, but it's been a blessing to understand and educate myself on her illness so I can make it as smoothly and as smoothly as I can for her and for my mental health. And so in that video, I was just talking about the struggles of just the day-to-day, not really having help from their, how should I say this? From the other half. I feel like there's a misconception with the custodial parent, which is the one who has a child all the time, and the non-custodial parent. Like, the non-custodial parent think if they're just giving child support, that's all they should be doing. Boo-boo, no, that's not it. It is, to me, it's so much easier just like, oh, here's a few $100s every month. It is much harder for someone to be dealing with but raising a child every single day through all their different stages of development. It's hard. And I think people need to stop having this theory that, oh, because I support financially and you know, financially is very loosely, that I'm doing my part. And it's not. Like, I don't want anyone to think the bare minimum to raising a child is just giving a couple $100s a month, because it's really not. It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And so now in part 2, I want to talk about some of the comments I saw on the video were very similar to my story. Like, they don't have a support team, they don't have a village, they're, I don't want to say baby daddy, they're the child's father or the child's mother is not in their life. And other comments were, you know, because you did what you did, you should suffer the consequence and deal with it by yourself. I want to go with that one first because it is so much easier for people to say stuff out their mouth and they have no clue what they're talking about. It's very easy for me to say what I would do in a situation if I'm not in a situation. But once I get into that situation, then I'm like, okay, that's definitely not how I would handle that situation whatsoever. So for me, for anyone to come out their mouth and talk about this is what you deserve, you should have never done this, you should have done this, like, one, you're judging, so it's more ignorance on your part than mine. But two, you don't know the situation on anyone's relationship. So you can't give your unsolicited, irrelevant, and illogical comment and you don't know anything. So for me, anyone out there who's watching this video, have grace and compassion and empathy for anyone who's going through any situation, no matter what the situation might be. You never know the complete story. And even if you do know the complete story, you can still have grace because you never know at what point something might happen to you and you're going to want the same grace for somebody, for yourself. It is so easy for people to point out so many different issues that people have and not point out the ones that they have for themselves. So I encourage all of us, myself included, to always show compassion to somebody, no matter what they might be going through. Second, for the women out there who have written on my in the comments, one, I want to say I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I don't think parenting is a one parent job. I think it is something that should be with both parents. The absent parents should absolutely be there no matter what. There's no amount of hatred that you could have for somebody that you will not take care of your child. Everyone, like, there's so many people, I'm not going to place it on a gender. There's so many people who have hatred towards the parent, the mother or the father, that they don't want to be in their child's life. And I think that's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I don't like her, or I don't like him, so for that he's going to suffer. He's not going to be in his child's life. Or I don't like her and I'm with somebody else and I don't care what she can raise that child on her own. I didn't want a child anyway. She trapped me. It's just like, are we 12? Are we 5? Like, I'm so confused. I'm really confused. You sat down, you had a child, or lay down and had a child with somebody, and you think because you have excuses that omits you from taking care of your child? In some cases, some people don't need to be in their child's life because they have crazy mental health issues and they need to get help first before they can be with the child. But in regular instances with some of these fools out here, sorry, I think it's very important for you to take responsibility and accountability. That's one of the biggest things I have learned dealing with the situations I've been dealt with co-parenting. I think it's very easy for someone to speak about something they don't know, and it's very frustrating frustrating to the person who's in the day in and day out. So for example, for me, I think it's extremely hard to co-parent with people who don't want to let the past go. So say you're in a relationship with somebody and it don't work out and you have a child. Whatever happened in that relationship 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, 13 years ago, let it go. Let it go. If you've moved on with your life. Why are you holding it against anybody else? Regardless, one of my biggest strengths and one of the biggest power moves that anyone can ever have is to forgive somebody that they never asked for forgiveness. They've never once said sorry. They know they did you wrong. They know they were shady and every other thing, and they don't want to apologize. Forgive them, because it is so much easier being nice to somebody who's nasty to you. That will eat them up much more than you being nasty to them, because they want you to be nasty because it feeds their ego. So always just show kindness. Always forgive, even though you never get that apology, because sweetheart, you don't even need it, to be honest. Let them be miserable in their own life and deal with their own issues and demons. But for me, I choose happiness. I choose kindness. I choose to forgive, because at night I sleep very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. So for me, like I said, it is hard to co-parent with someone or some people when they don't want to forgive you for things that happened in y'all relationship years ago. but don't hold themselves accountable for the things that they do currently or back then as to why the relationship didn't work. To me, that's very immature, very immature. But like I said, have grace, forgive, and move on. My struggle currently, as you guys know, in my few videos back, was I lost my job. I got laid off, unfortunately, but I think it was a blessing in disguise. But I got laid off. I have 2 children. I have an apartment. I have a new car. I have all these responsibilities, and to take on that heavy load of not working, and to have 2 children that are dependent on you to do for everything, for food, for clothes, for comfort, for everything. It's just so hard to deal with so much because you're in a space of, how am I going to provide? I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm all these things, but you have to bottle all that up and all your emotions up to tend to, or to care, or to nurture to your 2 children, or whatever, how many children you have. That is the hardest thing for me to do, is to have everything going on and still have to put myself secondary to my children because they didn't ask to be here. And I think that's something that I want to encourage every single person out there. If you're struggling with any type of depression or any type of anything, you just get help. I know there was someone in the comments that said that they don't have a village. Fortunately, I do have a few people in my life that I consider my village that helps me whenever I need them in time of need. Shout out to Kianna. I really appreciate her so much because she has really been there and been a staple in my children's life for so many years. And so I'm so thankful for her. So the people who don't have that, I pray for you, because it's hard. It is really hard not to have a job. It's really hard to be alone. It's very hard to go through life alone with children, knowing that you want someone, knowing that you want a potential mate to be there for you and your children, and to be that other half for you. When you are down, they can be up, and when you're happy, they can be happy as well. Or when you're sad, they can be the uplifting cloud over your life. And so I really do pray for all those out there who are struggling with any type of co-parenting, or dealing with the other side, dealing with the other parent, their family, or your child. Your child might be difficult. Your child might be taking you through a cloud of depression. Believe it or not, kids are great. Kids are amazing. We love children, but they are annoying. Kids are annoying. They're annoying. They get on your nerves 80, okay, fine, 40% of the time. Okay, 30. And it's hard, to go through everything that you're going through, on top of having these kids who think that they can talk back, having children who think they know everything, and having children who want to explore, but you're one person, So it's there's only so much a person can handle. And that's why I do believe in therapy. I definitely am an advocate for therapy. I love therapy. I think everyone needs therapy. Whoever thinks they don't need therapy, calm down. You do. I love therapy, and I wish that therapy was free, so that everyone can get the help that they need. Because through therapy, I learned that I have faults. Through therapy, I learned that I need to work on my communication so it can be effective to everyone and anyone. And through therapy, I learned that no matter what, I should be thankful that I live to see another day, to help, or to encourage, or to bless, or to be the nurturing mother that I need to be for my children. But single parenting is hard. It is really, really hard. And I pray that in this upcoming year, 2023, that it's my year for companionship. I don't trust people whatsoever, especially with children. It's easy to date people when you don't have children. When you don't have dependents, you can just go to fly to Dubai, or fly to Bora Bora, or fly to California, fly anywhere. It's very easy to up and go. But when you have children, it's very hard to, one, introduce them to your child. Question, I do have a question. When do you guys think is an appropriate time for your partner to meet your children or child? That's something I've always wondered. When is the right time for your partner to meet your children? Do you think that your partner should meet your friends first or your family first? I think for me, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't trust people. I do not trust people, especially around my children. Anyone and everyone who knows me know I do not trust people with my children. Around my children, I don't trust people. I really don't. So when bringing in someone new, it's like, so when am I gonna meet your kids? For what? Like, we don't even know your last name. So it's very hard for me. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. What would you guys do? I don't know. But I do want to get married. I do believe God has someone for me. But I do know that everyone deserves happiness, despite what you've been through, despite what you might have done, despite what trauma has happened to you in your past. I do believe everyone deserves a second chance or a third chance or a fifth chance, not in relationships aspect. I'm talking about in general with any type of forgiveness. Everyone deserves to be forgiven. And I hope for you out there, if you're watching, if you need someone to encourage you, if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to just vent to, please try to find a therapist. Find someone in your social network. Or for me, me and my friend, we're going to this new church and they have different groups, like connect groups that you can join. And I think through that, you can help yourself learn about other people and other people's struggles, as well as learn about yourself and be vulnerable to others so they can help you with this so-called life thing, because it is hard. No one deserves to do it on their own. There's not one parent out there that should be parenting alone. So I thank you guys so much for this time. I appreciate you guys all so much. If you have not yet liked this video, please like it. It will help me so much on my channel. Until next time, thank you guys. You are loved. I love you. You are beautiful. You are smart, and you're doing this thing called life amazing. No matter what you went through yesterday, today's a new day. Let's choose greatness, happiness, and until next time, God loves you. Mwah! Well, mwah. Sound like a goat.